Hello and welcome back to another episode of Over a Cup of Coffee, where we talk about anything and everything over a cup of coffee. We're your hosts, Stone
and Rask.
And today's coffee was actually a combo pack, autumn flavors. So we have pecan pie and pumpkin spice. In our mugs right now is pumpkin spice.
Oh, it is pumpkin spice. That don't taste like pumpkin spice.
This one right here. And after this cup,
we're going to try the pecan one.
This one right here. Now this is something we picked up from Big Lots.
It seems like a common theme. That's where we get our coffees from.
Yeah. Big Lots being a what's that word I'm looking for?
A more affordable.
No, they're a certain type of store. I can't think of the fancy term, but Big Lots being the type of store that it is, they don't always have the same products. They get stuff discounted and sell it at lower prices. So, you never know what you're going to find when you go to Big Lots for coffee. Like, here we are, or there we were in October, going to pick up coffee, and we found Christmas Delight. Why? Because Big Lots probably got a great deal on it and said, why not? Same deal with autumn flavors. We got it in November. It's weird. It almost feels backwards, but it does. How do you feel about the pumpkin spice coffee?
I'm a very big pumpkin spice lover and everything. I like almost everything pumpkin spice and everything nice or whatever the fuck that term is. But I will say this is not my favorite. It does not. It don't even taste like pumpkin spice. It just tastes like a pumpkin, like you're drinking like pumpkin seeds or something. It's really. I'm gonna be as nice as I can. It's not something that I like. I would prefer. I would never actually buy it again. But that's just my opinion. And that's just something that me and him have agreed on, that it's really not the best coffee. Out of a 10 rating, I would rate it like more of like a 5 or what, because it's not terrible. I would drink it again if I had it or if I had to, but I'm not. It's not going to be my first, second, or third option, or maybe even 10th option.
I feel very similar to that. I think 5 is a very generous rating. Personally, I would probably give it a 3. And being coffee enthusiasts, it's part of our life mission to try as many different coffees as we possibly can. And I think the more coffee we try, the harder it is to actually appropriately, rank things, because you meet a certain expectation. Like Christmas Delight, for being a Big Lots coffee, was a really, really great coffee. And, in regards to, strength, I don't think, the particular coffee flavor stands out as much as it just has a great overall taste. But something like, pumpkin spice was not really as enjoyable as the majority of other coffees we have tried on this podcast. So, I have already tried the pecan one. And
yeah, me too.
Out of the two, I do prefer that one, but I'll wait till we're drinking that before giving a full review. But no, I encourage everybody to share their own opinion, to develop their own opinion, because it's important to share ideas. Just because somebody doesn't like something does not mean it's not meant for everybody. And someone out there, this might be their absolute favorite flavor. And I think it's important to not just take somebody's recommendation, but to experience it for yourself. And personally, if you do try it, I would love to hear how you guys feel about it. But it's not a coffee I would personally recommend to anybody. But again, don't take somebody's word for it. Try it yourself and, feel your own opinion. Make your own opinion. I feel like it's really important.
Absolutely.
Now, this week has been a very special week for us. It's just beginning. We're filming this on a Monday. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for everybody who served. It means a great deal to the country and
Yes,
everybody
sir.
who lives in it.
Absolutely. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. I definitely don't give as much respect as I need to, as I should. I all the time I go into a store, I see somebody with a veterans hat on. I want to say, like, thank you for your service or whatever, but I don't. I'm socially awkward in like I get social anxiety when it comes to talking to random people I don't know. I am working on that though, actually. And thanks to him and that his coworker that I mentioned in not the last podcast, but the podcast before that, I am trying to get out of my comfort zone and do stuff like that, but I'm not got that far yet because that's a little like nerve wracking, if I do have to say so myself. Now, like, it depends on, like, okay, so it depends on the person. I'm not saying like all people I'm afraid to talk to in public. Like, if they come at me with good energy and I feel their energy is like good, it's like I have no problem talking to them. But if they come at me with a blank face like this, like they hate life or whatever, then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna say that to that person. I'm not gonna say what's up. I'm not gonna say nothing. But who knows? Maybe I need to get out of that mindset. Maybe they need somebody to be like, hey, bro, have a good day. I hope you have a good day. I like your shoes. I like your hat. I like whatever. Just pick something, give them a compliment. Maybe it makes their day. Maybe it makes them smile. Maybe they were gonna go, maybe they were thinking of, like, how crappy life was and everybody lost all faith in humanity or whatever, and then that comment right there changed their whole mindset of it, and hey, there is good people out there. So I gotta get over that stuff, but it's a work in progress.
It's I love what you said there because it's really true. A smile is contagious.
Absolutely.
Laughter is contagious, and to spread that amongst everyone is actually a personal mission of ours. And you couldn't have worded that better. And I think that's a mental battle everybody's working on. We live in a time where technology is taking over.
Oh
and
my gosh, yeah.
it's a lot more convenient to go on Amazon or Walmart and
just order something.
Yeah, like you can have your groceries delivered to your home, and you don't have to leave. The convenience of that is great, and it's something that's very helpful for people who really do need it, for people who don't have transportation. But the interaction with society is important, and
it's what we need.
As time goes on, there's less and less of that. So I think social awkwardness is something that unfortunately will become a bigger issue. And I don't want to blame it all on technology, because we are the creators of our own destiny, and we decide what we will and won't do.
Absolutely.
And technology can be either our greatest resource, maybe not our greatest resource, but a great asset, or it can be, harmful. It all depends on the person and how you choose to use it. But I do believe that social interaction and spreading the gift of happiness and joy is something that should be everybody's personal mission.
Absolutely. That's why we started our channels, to make people laugh. This is obviously to spread positivity and build a great, fun community that everybody can enjoy. But our videos, we are acting stupid sometimes in them videos. So, like, I mean, I'm not just doing that for my own entertainment. Obviously, I do enjoy watching our videos off camera because, like, it's obviously something that we enjoy doing. But, like, if we could make people's day while doing it and enjoying it, and we enjoy it and they can feel it through the screen that we have great energy, it's going to make somebody's day. And that's ultimately what I want to do, and that's like using the internet for good. You know, there's people that use it for bad. We're trying to use it for good to motivate people, to like uplift people instead of bringing each other down, because we don't need any more of that. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of things that do that. Like there's these one things that I see on the internet as I scroll, as soon as I see it, street interviews of like a dude will be like, what's your body count? What's a guy have to do to whatever? What's a guy have to make to be with you? It's like, okay, and no one really gives a fuck about that. I feel like shit if I do watch that video. It's like, oh, so all girls are like that. No, not all girls are like that. You got a great one, if I do have to say so myself.
Thank you.
Like, there is good women out there. There's bad women out there. There's good men out there. There's bad men out there. There's whatever you identify as. I'm not discrediting it, but there's good in everybody and everything. Like, there's good dogs, there's bad dogs, there's good cats, bad cats. I love cats. But anyway, you're really like, turning me into a cat lover. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because every time I try to show him a dog, he's like, eh. And every time I show him a cat, oh, look at the cat.
That one day, we were leaving Crosby's, and
Yeah.
I will admit that was a cute puppy.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Let's go. Score one up for the dogs. They were both cute. Like, there was a pit bull that was like leaning out the window.
He was goofy.
He was leaning out the window. He was smelling me or whatever. I was gonna pet him, but I didn't want the owner to be like tripping out, and like, I didn't know how the owner was. But she seemed pretty cool, so maybe I could have pet him. But I like that. There it is again. I was too nervous to ask if I could pet him because I don't know how they are. The dog parent knows how they are,
Right.
but I don't know how they are. Like, he may seem cool, he may seem like all jumpy and like wanted me to pet him, but then he
he's
could
a
rip my face
sweetheart.
off, But
I could see it by looking at him.
Yeah, I could just tell by looking at him that he was a sweet dog. And then whenever we came out out of the store, because that was going into the store, whenever we came out, he started barking. I'm like, man, you ain't gonna do nothing. You would have barked at me as soon as you seen me get out of my car if you were gonna do something.
Dogs can sound, intimidating, but really, he was saying, pet me.
Yep, that's exactly what he was saying. He's like, pet me, don't be a bitch, don't be a bitch. But, and then there was this cute, like, I don't know what it was. It looked like a little baby husky.
I thought the same thing.
But
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea, though.
Me neither. It looked like a little baby, a husky, but I could be wrong. I'm not. I love dogs. I'm a dog person, but I don't know every dog breed. I can't look at a dog breed and be like, oh yeah, that's a German Shepherd. I mean, well, depending.
They stand out.
Yeah, German Shepherd I could look at and I'd be like, yeah, that's a German Shepherd.
Shepherds,
But
pit bulls,
pit bulls, oh
golden
my God.
retriever,
Pit bulls are my favorite.
a chihuahua.
I love Chihuahuas. Anyway, so, but I love pit bulls, and my ultimate favorite dog that I do want eventually, and I will get eventually in my lifetime is mini golden doodle. And they're like the cutest dogs ever. One of the YouTubers that I watch actually has one, and
No, hang on. I'm gonna pull up a picture for the audience. What was it? Mini golden doodle.
yeah, mini golden doodle.
Mini golden doodle.
Anyway, they're a golden retriever and a poodle mixed, and if you get the right color of them, they look beautiful. But some of them are like darker brown or whatever, and they don't look as good in my opinion. I like the lighter, like a almost blonde color.
Funny, we were getting a little bit of both.
Yeah, I know. There's like a darker brown.
And I'm like, oh, that's a dark one. That's a light one.
Yeah. They come in like different shades and stuff. Like
Those images were pulled off Google Images. I do not have any rights or ownership of anything that was just displayed.
can we get in trouble for that?
I don't know. But just in case, I want
In case to
I want to
cover
put
our-
it out there that I do not have the rights to any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But again, cute dog breed.
Very.
Now, obviously he's a dog guy. I'm a cat guy. He's a black guy. I'm a white guy. In regards to preferences and color, he has the black version. I have the white version of our first ever custom T-shirt, which was featured in some videos. It was one of those things that there's a lot of sayings that we use fairly often, as you guys may have picked up on. And before I continue, we're gonna stand up and show you the fronts and the backs.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Hold on. This is the front. And then this is the backs. All right. That's cool.
So the idea of him being a black guy and me being a white guy is more or less, showing the yin and yang of our personalities. Like when you take the one and separate it from the other, it's incomplete. Kind of like, the Stone and Rask experience, it's a duo. And so for him to represent half of the yin and me to represent, the yang, it shows that completeness. And that's a big reason why, we chose to do things the way we do in regards to color. And I think it's a lot of fun to play around with that. But
I like it.
if anybody is, interested in picking up one of these shirts, leave a comment down below, and we will get back to you on information on how you can acquire your own "Do It for the Latina Babes" shirt.
Absolutely. Do it for the Latina babe.
Buy that shirt for the Latina babes. And if you're that Latina babe,
Buy it for someone you love. Did I say it right? Was that what you were gonna say?
But yeah, so it's all about having fun and having a good time. And even though our channel might get a little ridiculous at times, we go into everything with a lot of thought behind what we do.
A little crazy.
Yeah, a little.
You
Little
know
crazy.
You know a video where we just rereferenced a video actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, get going. I'm sorry. I didn't
But
mean to interrupt.
it's there's meaning behind everything we do, in the representation and presentation on how we appear, and style our characters are actually done intentionally. There's a lot of things that we leave in the background of videos on purpose. Like, I'm sure a lot of you love the Hannah Montana pillow. It
Yeah.
might not have been our best video, but it was the first video we posted on the channel.
It was the start of something beautiful.
And, for those with a keen eye, or who has gotten so distracted and just started looking around the background, may have noticed that we also left a few props out today in this podcast episode. I won't specifically name them, but I'm sure you may or may not have seen them. And if not, I know you're looking now.
Yeah.
But I ran out of coffee and I have to use the bathroom. So I will allow my co-host, Rask, to discuss sports.
Sports. Sports. Oh my God. Okay. All right. We can make that a segment, like sports with Rask, because I talk about it every episode. Okay. So whether you guys like this or not, let us know down in the comments, and we'll cut it out if you don't like it. But if you like it, then we'll keep going. Here, let me just pull up some sports scores so I can get serious about this. What?
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
I want to be like, I want to cover everything. Basketball, not just football. Fuck. I like football, but like basketball is my shit. All right. So sadly, the Suns did take. Oh my gosh, I typed in YouTube. Can you tell what I've typed in all the time?
Damn, dude. 22 minutes in.
Seriously?
Oh, we had that long intro where we weren't.
Yeah, but we weren't really talking that much.
Now, before he covered sports, just to
hold on.
give a representation on how much he loves sports. Who'd you dress up as for Halloween?
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, for Halloween I dressed up as two people technically, but one person. I dressed up as I'm trying to remember what jersey I wore. Was it the black one?
No, I think it was purple.
Was it purple?
I think it was purple.
Oh, it was the purple one. Okay. I dressed up as No, I think it was the black one.
Hold on, I got a picture.
I feel like it was the black one. Hold on, give me a second. He's pulling up the picture. Oh, it was the black one.
Yeah, I guess it was the black one.
Okay, so I dressed up.
Oh, there's a better picture.
Oh yeah.
Much better.
Oh, much better, cause like Kay looked like her makeup. She did that good. Like, you know.
And in case you guys were wondering, the speed limit is 45 miles.
Yeah, the speed limit is 45 miles per hour on our road. That's why you hear a bunch of random cars. So here, let me pull this closer so I can read it a little better. All right, so tonight on the in the NBA, it'll be Chi-Town taking on Cleveland. And then Washington playing at Houston, Brooklyn playing in New Orleans, the Clippers, Clappers, I guess, versus Oklahoma City, and San Antonio taking on Sacramento Kings. I dressed up as Devin Booker for Halloween. It was you could go ahead and send me that picture so I can post it. All right, I'll put the picture that he just showed you guys better so you can see it. It's the black and the black Phoenix jersey. It says ep.6 on it, and it obviously I was number one because that's what Devin Booker is number one. The Phoenix Suns actually lost to Sacramento last night, which was a heartbreaking thing, but it's all right. The Suns are now 8-2 on the season, which is crazy, but it's awesome. So, which is okay because you're not going to win 82 games in a row. Like, I don't care who you are. But Cleveland is actually 11-0 at the time of this recording, which is crazy. I said I dressed up as two people. I just told you the first one. And then the second one was technically I dressed up as a YouTuber that I watch all the time religiously, Brawadis. And it's funny because like he's a Suns fan. He made me. He's the reason I became a Suns fan. But I also do like Chicago because that was my team since I was like really little. But that we're not talking about the Chicago Bulls. We're talking about the Suns. So yeah, and Brawadis. So he's the reason I became a Suns fan because I started watching his videos and he started talking about the Suns and all that. The Suns sucked whenever I started watching them. so like it was heartbreaking. And yeah, the Suns were like a 19 and like something 72 or so. No, not 72, 19 and like 60 something whenever I first started watching them, which was bad, but it is what it is. And now they're pretty good. So yeah, I dressed up as him because I would always make the joke like because there was actually a Suns game that night at 10 o'clock on where I live, which is Eastern Standard Time, which is the East Coast, if you guys didn't know that. And we they played. I don't remember actually who they played, but I know they won. And I was like, guys, the Suns game's about to start in like fucking 10 hours. And I was like, we better be home in time for the Suns game. We got to. Because that's what Brawadis does, you know, in his videos, if you ever watched his channel. And It is what it is. Let's see. Put your obviously by the time this comes out, the game will already be over. But who do you got winning, the Los Angeles Rams or the Miami? That team. Let's see here, and then and for those of you that don't know, I do like hockey too. So, oh, this just in. No. Oh, welcome back.
Oh yeah, you know me, dog. I love the sports segments.
I know you do. So that's why you left. What's your problem?
Oh man. Whew.
I only talk about sports whenever you're not here. So I was starting to run out of stuff. So I'm glad you came back. Because as soon as you said that, I'm like, all right, then I'm all out of things to say. I forget. I forget where I was even going with that. Oh shit, my bad. Hold on, I do got one more sports thing to talk about. The Buffalo Bills are 82.
All right, hang on, guys. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm kidding.
The Buffalo Bills, for the first time in 31 years, are 8-2. And we got a big test coming up. Well, not really a big test, but we got a big game coming up next Sunday. I don't actually know what time it is at. Probably a primetime game if I had to guess. But it's probably on a primetime game. We play the Chiefs, and they're undefeated.
But if you're a Chiefs fan, great season. I'm sure you guys are loving it, and that's awesome to hear.
Obviously, but if you're a Chiefs fan, you great season, awesome to hear, love to see it.
I can hear your enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I'm pumped up. But it is what it is. I mean, one can blame the refs, one can blame bad calls, but the point is they're actually winning these games. They're finding ways to win. So like, at the end of the day, they're winning these games. So like, you can blame the refs all you want, but if the ref didn't call that call, who cares? I mean, they won. That's like, yeah. So like, you can blame the refs, you can blame bad calling, you can blame this and that and this and that on it, but like, at the end of the day, they're finding ways to win these games. Like the Buffalo Bills are finding ways to win these games. I mean, you could say that for anybody, like the Lions that are like 9-1 or 8-1 now. The Steelers who are 7-2 now, finding ways to win. That was a hell of a fucking pass from Wilson to Williams to win that game. Beautiful. I love it. If any of you don't know, I've been a Steelers fan forever. I cheer for the Bills because they're a family team, but I do root for them both. I mean, you could call me whatever you want in the comments. I really could care less because I know what I am at the end of the day and who I am at the end of the day. I could care less what people who take sports that serious. It's like, I get it, but that's not me. I don't take it that serious. I love basketball. That is one sport that I will go toe to toe with.
I feel like all of this is exactly what you should have been talking about while I was, using the bathroom.
I wasn't even thinking about it. Okay, I wasn't even thinking about it.
It's good. It's good. They're entertained. They love it. They love sports.
All right. So the sports section has now over with. After I've been yapping for 20 minutes now, I'm gonna go get my cup of coffee and use the bathroom.
I think it was only like 7 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
No.
All right, this segment is over. I hope you guys did enjoy.
My man over there
with Rask.
My man over there does love his sports, so I feel like it's important to have him include that in the episodes. It's kind of like how I like to do a beard care segment, which next week. I'm not going to do a beard care segment today because this time, we're a little low on time. But next podcast, because winter is coming, there is more to keeping your beard healthy and preventing it from drying out during the winter. And I think sharing some tips and keys to success will be very vital for anybody out there listening who has a beard. Because nobody wants a dry, brittle beard, So more information on that coming next podcast episode. Stay tuned. In the meantime, I think there's a lot of things that we can talk about, that we can discuss. And I think, like we mentioned in many podcasts, staying positive, staying passionate is one of the most biggest key ingredients to living a successful life. Depression, I like to refer to as the silent killer. You get depressed, and what happens is you think of all these negative things, and once you start thinking of negative things, you think of more negative things, like, oh man, I was late to work because I lost my keys. Now I'm going to lose out on pay. And I got a flat tire 3 years ago, and if I never got that flat tire, I would have had, $300 extra dollars. You think of one negative thing and you spiral down, right? And I know a lot of people listening have gone down that rabbit hole before. And I got to say, it works the exact same way when you think of a positive thing, when you think of something you're grateful for. It has the same effect. Like, for example, I am grateful that I can speak to you today. I am grateful for my voice. I am grateful for my eyesight so that I can see the camera. I am grateful for coffee so that, I can sit here and sip on a cup of coffee. It might be simple things, but you start thinking of all the things you're grateful for, and you just start thinking of more and more and more and more. Not everybody has the gift of sight. Not everybody can speak. Not everybody can walk. And when you think, oh man, this couldn't get any worse, everything can always get worse. Don't focus on the negatives, focus on the positives, focus on the things that you do have, the things that, were given to you. We live in a material world, and I think people get too wrapped up in the things that they want instead of the things that they already have, because we all live a blessed life. And I think it's very important to start every day off with what you're grateful for. Like waking up, it's the first blessing every day. There's so many people who don't wake up the next day, but if you're listening to this now, you woke up today, and that is the biggest blessing.
Absolutely. There's this saying, those who are grateful for what they have shall receive more, and those that are ungrateful for what they have shall receive less. That's ultimately what you just said, summed up in like a sentence. I just wanted to because I like that saying, because it's a powerful message.
It really, really, truly is. And not the last podcast, but the one before it, I touched on this. I'll repeat it again. I'll think this way for the rest of my life. There was a point in life, just a few months ago where, I've always had this commitment to wanting to help other people, make the world a happier place. Same thing everybody thinks. And, at the end of the day, it was one of those things that I wasn't really happy with myself. I didn't like who I was, but yet here I am trying to make other people's lives better. And you realize that, how can you make other people's lives better if you're not happy with your own life? And, I had to ask myself that serious question: why am I not happy with my own life? And sometimes the answer is simple, sometimes it's not, but it's never too late. And that moment of realization... Waiting on that semi.
Oh, yeah, you're cool. You're good. We're not recording here.
He can't control it. But yeah, I feel that. That moment of realization is worth 1,000 prayers. Once you realize your strengths, your weaknesses, you can start to adjust and, build upon that. And that's something I started to do was work on myself, as we talked about a few weeks ago. And, the universe responds with what you give it, the thoughts you give it, and it gives it back to you. Whether it's positive thoughts, negative thoughts, like right now in my life, I feel incredibly blessed. I thank God every morning. I thank God every night. I thank God all throughout the day, because everything that we're given, we're blessed with. And, when you think about all your blessings, you get more blessings. And, it's one of those things that YouTube is a blessing. Having Rask here with me is a blessing.
Very big blessing.
It's a dream that we've had for so many years, and it's something that finally is happening. And, that's a blessing. Right now we're just two small-time dudes just talking into microphones to an audience of 4 or 5. But
pretty soon that audience is going to be way more than we can imagine. Like right now, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Right now, it's like, four people, but and we're grateful for all you 4 or 5 or however many we actually do have watching us. We are grateful every day. I tell Stone every day that I'm grateful. I'm so grateful and thankful for the 9 subscribers we have on this channel and the 49 now on our main channel. I'm grateful and thankful for them every single day, each and every one of them. It doesn't matter if I know them. It doesn't matter if I don't know them. I'm so thankful and grateful to have them on, have you guys, and if you're also on our other channel, I'm so grateful and thankful that you guys did come over here and get to know us a little more personal, because we get a little more personal on this channel, I feel like, because that channel is like all shits and giggles, laughs and stuff. This is a little more like, all right, grab your cup of coffee, let's have some serious talking,
Yeah.
and I enjoy this every single day. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll let
no,
you go
you're
back
good.
to
You're good.
saying what you were saying.
I mean, it's a two-way conversation. It's cool to hear the other person, add their input, and to add another layer to that, life is more than just YouTube to us, like just like you listening and just like everybody else out there in the world, we have personal lives, we live personal lives, and it wasn't long after I began to.
I got that picture.
Nice. It wasn't long after I learned to love myself and appreciate myself for who I am. That I got even more blessings, and one of my blessings. You guys hear me talk about her every podcast episode. Really is my girlfriend. She's the most sweetest, incredible girl out there. And I know every boyfriend says that, but like. In our own minds, we're entitled to our own thoughts, our own beliefs, and that is my belief. And you guys may feel that way about your significant other, and I love it. That's how a relationship should be. It should be beautiful. And right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad and I'm a little happy. She is from Nicaragua. She is a Latina babe.
Latina babe. Let's go. I was gonna say that, but I wanted you to say it.
She is in fact a Latina babe, my Latina babe, and it's funny because I was talking to her long before the YouTube actually started. We weren't dating at the time, but I was talking to her long before the YouTube started, and the Latina references actually was not something I brought to the table. It came from Rask.
It came from me.
I loved it so much, and it was really perfect because the more I talked to who is now my Latina babe, the more in love I fell, for her, with her, and so I loved the references because it always made me think of her, and right now she's in Nicaragua with her family, and I couldn't be more happier. I have no idea what it's like to move to another country, and she already spoke a little English, but you're moving to a new country, learning the languages, language in this case, the customs, the different things, and that's got to be incredibly difficult. That's got to be incredibly challenging, and most people don't really think about that aspect of life. They just go about their daily days, doing what they know. But imagine, relearning things, and she has been an incredible blessing in my life, and just another. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off again. I swear to God, I do not do that on purpose. But I was gonna say her and her family have been a big blessing because, like, she's cool. She's cool as fuck too. Like, I like her and I like her and everything and stuff. But her family all together are cool people. So like, and it just think like there's a lot of things that had to go through, like to fall in place to where we met that family.
Yeah.
Like, they had to be able to come over here. They had to do this and that. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than we can even process. So like, all the things that led up to you finally meeting your girlfriend is fate. That is crazy. Like, we can't even picture how, like, crazy that is. That's a big thing because she's from like Nicaragua, which is like fucking, I don't know how far away from here, but it's a long ways from here. And she managed to somehow meet somebody like us.
I'll paint a little picture here, because these are just the main details, but there's a lot of little things that happen in situations like this. So when I was a wee lad, maybe 7 or 8 years old, my dad worked overnights, and he actually worked with a guy who, moved here from Nicaragua. Great guy. And
all right, I'm listening. I'm gonna sit back for this one.
I became, I was a wee lad, and I couldn't quite pronounce his name, so I just used, a name from, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because it was easier than pronouncing his name. But
okay, I see what you're saying. Leonardo, probably.
Yep. I called him Leonardo. But now, the older you get, the easier it becomes. But he was like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle to me because he, when he was in Nicaragua, he was a boxer, and that was like to me that was the coolest thing. Yeah,
that is cool.
And also, he's a kind-hearted man, religious, great guy, phenomenal guy, very intelligent.
Absolutely.
And so, he was like a superhero to me, He was that Ninja Turtle in real life. He doesn't look like a Ninja Turtle, no. But he was, like a superhero. And it was really, really cool hanging out with him and getting to know him. You all right, brother?
Yeah, just the way you described it, it was funny. he was that Ninja Turtle. Okay, all right, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And so it was really cool getting to know him. And the older I got, I think I was about I want to say I was about 12 years old when I really wanted to start learning how to box and get into sports and things like that. And he was willing to train me. He took me to a gym that I could train at, and it was a phenomenal experience. And as the years went on, I ended up getting my wisdom teeth removed. I had braces for 5 years. It was this whole thing. But no, after I got my wisdom teeth removed, I started getting a little afraid, because boxing is an extreme sport. It's not as extreme as MMA, but you get hit in boxing. And after all the times they cut my mouth open, after getting wisdom teeth removed, which luckily it was at a young age, so it didn't slow me down for too long. But it's one of those things that I was afraid of losing a tooth. I know there's mouth guards, but at the same point in time, shit happens, and I didn't want shit to happen to my teeth. I value my teeth. Another thing I'm thankful for.
And I don't know what mouth guards they use, but like most of them just cover the top teeth.
Yeah, I mean you can cover both teeth, but still, no, not worth losing, not worth taking the chance of losing a tooth. So eventually, I did stop boxing. I did not stop, spending time with him, and there was times where he would actually bring his telescope over to my house, and we'd use it. I have a telescope too, but he had different filters, like moon filters, star filters, things like that. And we'd stargaze together. It was a really, really cool friendship. And it all started because it still is. And it all started because my dad worked with him on overnights. And I still hang out with him to this day. My dad still hangs out with him to this day. We're still all great friends. And one day, we met at a Tim Hortons, sat down, had a cup of coffee. My dad had already met my girlfriend's dad, but not the family. I haven't met.
I met him before you.
Yeah, yep. He met my girlfriend's dad before I ever met him. But so I sat down at a Tim Hortons with my dad and our friend. Well, I'll just call him Leonardo.
wasn't flexing on nobody, but
yeah, he did.
I wasn't saying that to be bad, ill or nothing. I was just like, I met him before you.
And I just want to let you guys know, Leonardo is not actually his name. I just don't want to share his name in case he's not comfortable with that. But so we sat down with Leonardo at Tim Hortons, and we're drinking coffee, and he said that he was going over to his friend's house, and his friend and their family had been in America for over a year at this point, and he invited me and my father to go over with him, and I was like, yeah, that sounds great, and so it took about a month, but I go over to their house, and I spent most of the time talking with the dad, because I had just met all of them. And they were all super nice people, incredibly kind. It was a great visit. And,
Absolutely.
I, in my free time, I like to work on mobile games. I'm not the best at it in regards to art, but the coding is, I have a big project in development at the moment. Details on that at another podcast episode if you're interested. But I was talking about a mobile game I was working on, and talking about I'm not an artist, so the father actually called the daughter into the room, and good call.
Yeah, I'm not taking the chance of that happening again.
Yeah. Because she was in the living room, we were in the kitchen, and he called her into the room. Told her, he's like, yeah, he designs mobile games, and he's not an artist. Do you want to show him some of your artwork? And she brought out this big old book. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was a huge sketchbook. And looking at all her art was incredible. And I really wanted the opportunity to work with her on it. And as the months passed, we kept talking and talking and talking, and like I say, it's a lot of little things that led to what it is now, and that's another thing that I am incredibly thankful for. She's been one of the biggest blessings in my life, and there's plenty of big blessings, don't get me wrong, but it's not every day someone finds true love, and it's usually because of your mindset. If you don't believe you'll find it, you'll never find it. And I allowed myself to love myself and give me the opportunity to find true love. And if you're listening to this, babe, I just want to say I hope you're having an amazing vacation. And I don't get me wrong, I really do miss you, but I am so happy that you're down there and you get to spend this time with your family, because you being happy is what's most important to me, and I love you.
Oh. All right.
Sorry about the long story, guys.
Man, his voice is so charming. You just want to fall asleep, don't you?
Is that charming or boring?
No. Okay, so I'm. Okay, so I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna share something about myself.
I do have one quick closing point to tie
okay.
everything together.
Okay,
sorry to cut you off.
No,
but
you're good. You're good. You're good.
Am I?
Yeah, you're good.
Are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reference to another video.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Oh, so sweet.
Thank you.
But I think ultimately the point of sharing that story was just because the story makes me happy. No, I'm kidding. The point of sharing that story is to address the fact that every little thing we do every single day serves a purpose, and you might not know what that purpose is for decades later, but it's like the domino effect, the butterfly effect, whatever it may be. But every little detail, every little friend you make makes a difference. Yes, it matters. So, and every day is a new opportunity. Every second is a new opportunity. Seize the day.
It's funny you say that, because I used to attract the wrong kind of friends. I used to attract the wrong kind of friends. I'm gonna elaborate. Okay, you know what? The wrong kind of friends are the ones that are negative. They're they don't really want to do anything with their life. They're content with what they do. They're fine with what they do. So I was like, all right. So I'm not it went on for years and years and years. I've made multiple friends. But only a couple of them stuck, because they're actually cool people. This one dude that I met at my last job, well, not last job, but my job before my last job in Tennessee. before I came here. He's like really tall, has long hair like like me and you know. That I was growing my hair out before that. So like my hair wasn't as long as it is now. Like it was like short, kind of like if you guys know who Kid Leroy is, kind of like that short. Not now, but like when he first came up. But because now he cut his hair. Anyway, yeah, he don't look the same, but it's okay. All right, anyway, but it's funny because how me and you talk to each other is how me and him would talk to each other. like, you know, however, we would just be like, fuck you. And then I would be like, fuck you too, bitch. And then we'd laugh it off. You know, it was just a cool like thing, you know, and we haven't talked in a minute, but like last time I talked to him, he actually got into a car accident because some dumbass didn't have a fucking lights on the back of their trailer and slammed their brakes. It was something like that, and he didn't have time to react because obviously how's he not going to see the brakes when they're blocking the taillights? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to see it. In Tennessee, that's not a law.
Oh.
You don't have to have lights on your trailer, which is horseshit in my opinion. Sorry for the language, but
that is that's a problem with safety.
That really gets my gears turning because like that's my friend, you know, and there's really all the other closer people in my life are family. And I'm not saying all my family. I'm just saying certain family, like my cousin, my cousin, fuck it. Should I just say their names?
I mean, they're family. I'm sure they don't mind.
Yeah. All right. So, like my cousin CJ down in Tennessee, he's like he's like my Brad in New York, you know, my homie, my dog, my G, like my first ever, like, okay, maybe not, that's getting a little gay, my bad, hold on. My first actual, like, real friend that stuck. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. However, it's a deeper connection than just family. Like, family makes you family. Family don't make you family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the bond that you create that makes you family is what I'm basically trying to say. And certain family members, it's like, no, I don't really feel your vibe, if you know what I'm saying. So it's me and him mesh like this, like it's smooth sailing, like me and him. Me and my cousin and CJ never argue ever. We always, like, you know, say we love you to each other because you never know what could happen. We always talk to each other like, you know, he always wants to hang out with me. Well, not anymore. We can't really actually do that. But when I was down there, he was the only one besides my nephew that would actually be like, hey, I want to hang out with you. And because me and my nephew are the same way as all of three of us, me, my cousin CJ, B Stone right here, and you know, me, we're all like homies, I guess you could say. I don't really know. You don't really know CJ as well as I do, and as much as I do. But I'm sure that if we did spend more time with each other, we would all become like this unstoppable fucking force. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know CJ as well as you, and yeah. I'm not picking favorites. So if you're a different family member from Tennessee, you know, I'm not picking favorites. But I will say CJ, out of the majority of the family down there, is one of my favorites. He has a bright mind. He's very optimistic and always pushing to be the best person he can be, the best father he can be. You know, like
absolutely.
Again, I don't know him as well as you do, but he is a great man.
He really is.
And, you know, even after you came up here, you know, he's still supporting you. He's still sharing ideas, you know.
Absolutely.
Words of encouragement. And, you know, that says a lot.
That says a whole lot because I Okay, so story time with Rask. All right, so first of all,
Sorry to cut you off. This coffee's running through me, man. I gotta go again.
okay, sounds good. So first of all, whenever me and Stone were talking about me potentially moving up. So before I moved up here, before me, Stone, and I came up with the idea of me moving up here. I don't know why I'm moving my arms like this, you know. But anyway, so before we came up with that idea, I was like so like, you know, I was like focused on, like, you know, being down there. So like I was doing things down there, right? So me and CJ were doing like things. We were coming up with ideas and stuff that we wanted to do, and like, and we never really talked that deep into like conversations to like to the level that we did that day. It's awesome that he was able to open up to me like that, and, you know, say, this is what I want to really do with life. And, you know, and I'm like, yeah, dude, go do it, do what you got to do, you know. I'm not 100% sure if he wants me to share it, so I'm not gonna say what he wanted to do, so I'm not gonna do it just in case, because I don't want, you know, him to get upset. I know he won it, but I don't want to, you know, speak any more about it. But I am gonna say, my point of this story is, I didn't know I was gonna move up here until like a month or two before I actually did, and I wanted to be the first one to tell him. So like I told, like, you know, a couple people, and then I was like, okay, all right, so I'm gonna tell CJ next because I know I'm good, right? No, wrong. Some motherfucker told him, and he won't tell me who they told him because he knows me the best. I would cuss them the fuck out because they knew I wanted to be the first one to tell him that I was moving up here because I was scared. I was worried about how he would react, you know, and he didn't react, but he did mention it, and I'm like, who told you? And he said, I'm not saying. So like, I get it. I agree. I mean, I understand why he did it. Me back then, I would have been fucking pissed, and I would have been heated. But me now, it's like, it is what it is. He was gonna know anyways, you know. So like, I wanted him to be the first to know. I should have been the first one to tell him, and that still pisses me off to this day. So
yeah, he's lying. He let it go. You know, everything that's meant to be will be.
Yeah, I let it go a long time ago.
It didn't even bother him in the moment. He was like, "Well, you know, I wanted to be the first one to tell you, but this doesn't even bother me. I'm happy that I still get to tell you." My man over there is calm, cool, and collective.
Calm, cool,
Disregard our last video.
Speaking of our last video,
that was a lot of fun to film.
that was so much fucking fun to film.
It was very, very enjoyable, and there was a lot of laughs.
Oh my gosh. Like, it's been a while since we like said something to make each other break character, but that video, just the whole video, it was like that. It was crazy. Like,
in case you guys are wondering, we're talking about the detective video.
Yeah, the detective video that
the case of the missing ducky.
Yeah, the case of the missing ducky. Where's the fucking duck? Okay, so
it was a lot of fun, and taking some of our mistakes is something we do plan to put into a collection of bloopers across, you know, a lot of videos, you know, just making a blooper video with, you know, from different videos. And some of those mistakes, some of those laughters, you know, will be included in that because
Absolutely.
it was hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. It was the most fun. It was like one of the most fun times I had filming. Like, I swear I say that every video. Like, that video was so fun to film. That just shows how much we enjoy doing what we do. You know, even though we're not technically getting money from it, that's not what we're doing it for. We're doing it for because it's fun and we want to make people laugh.
I think there's only really been, you know, a video that like wasn't really fun. The Great Debate.
The Great
actually,
Debate.
Yeah.
And we both agree that one was not that
That's
fun.
exactly why you guys can't find it anymore. You know, the energy wasn't there. It wasn't really something we wanted to do.
No.
Like we played around with the idea. We mentioned it to, you know, some of our biggest supporters, and they were like, "Yeah, that one." So we were like, "All right, let's make this happen." And we made it happen, but it felt forced, and it didn't feel like us. So we took it down.
Usually when we're recording, we feel magic in the air. No pun intended to the magic we're doing, but we feel magic in the air, like high vibes. We like, you know, laughter all around, on camera, off camera. I mean, it's just all around a good fucking place. But that video, it just felt like there was something on, like, in the air that, like, I could just feel that he didn't want to do it, and I'm sure he could feel that I really didn't want to do that video. I don't know, maybe we will do another Great Debate and make it better, but I really highly don't think we will try that video again. But we never say never, you know?
You know, as of right now, there's no plans for that.
Absolutely not.
There are plans for more detective videos.
Absolutely.
So if you enjoyed that it doesn't stop there. In that particular video, we never got to use our names, but we do have detective names.
Yeah, we do. We were actually supposed to say it.
Instead of sharing them, let's see if you guys can guess what you think our detective names are before our next detective video.
Because we will be saying that in our next detective video.
And, yep. So if you're right, congratulations. If you're wrong, that's okay. There's plenty more opportunities to guess our character names.
Absolutely. There will be plenty more where that came from.
You know, because we do name half our characters and we don't name half our characters. So, you know, in a situation that we don't name who we are, you know, it's kind of like, well, who are they? You know, like ridiculous fitness instructors, you know, the people making fun of us, who actually were us, we did not name them.
No, we didn't.
You know, so
we're just Stone and Rask.
I often wonder that, you know, like, is that how it goes when we don't name characters? Are we just Stone and Rask?
I don't know. I would guess, but like, I really don't know. You know.
So like, what do you guys think? Was that Stone and Rask making fun of?
Slim Bob and Big George.
That's right, Slim Bob and Big George. You know, it's always filming is a lot of fun. It really is. And,
yeah.
Last night was proof of that. You know, right after we filmed that, we dove right into filming something else.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a blast.
It really is. I will say that video, the first video we filmed last night, the detective one, my throat is feeling it today. I don't know if you could tell in, I think it was the second scene, when I'm screaming at the duck that looks like a giraffe. When I say, I can't remember what
it sucks because in the final take we never did actually comment on how the duck looked like a giraffe. In the first take, you know, I think Raz said something like, "Listen here, you giraffe-looking motherfucker."
I did. Oh my god, no way.
Sadly, it never did make the final cut.
Fuck.
And yeah. That was a really, really funny line.
That's a bummer. That was a fucking banger line. Anyway, I was like, if you think I'm here to play around with you, as soon as I say not, you could just hear it in my voice that it was like, all right, I'm done, bro. I'm done.
We filmed that scene more than we filmed any of the other scenes. Most of it was actually done in a single take. That particular scene was done a lot.
Yeah, more times than it was like 4 or 5 times we tried to do it.
Yeah, it would have worked out a lot better if the record button was pressed on one of those takes.
Oh my, yes, dude.
It was the perfect take. We were getting ready to review the footage, and it was not recorded.
It was a fucking heartbreaker. I was so fucking devastated. But that's the life of being a YouTuber and life of being like recording stuff. Like stuff like that happens. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you bounce back. It's like, all right, fuck it. That video, that one wasn't meant to be. This is the next take. And then we actually had to record it like 2 more times after that, actually. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna go check the film to make sure it's still recording.
Sounds good. Is there any more? Oh, I'll wait till you get back.
Okay. Oh wow, it's still going. Okay.
Yeah, I think that one technical difficulty was due to lack of storage.
Yeah, I think so. Cause it's good now. It's still going, so we're good.
But yeah, so
Is that too loud?
what?
Whenever I said it's good, cause I was like right on top of the mic.
Oh no, I think you're good.
Okay.
I think that just about summarizes everything that I had to share. There is one segment we didn't do.
What? Reading comments. I do have a couple more segments to talk about.
Sounds good.
Whenever we're done. All right, now we're taking you into our next segment.
Go ahead and talk about one of yours, and then I'm gonna get this ready for after you're done.
Okay, so I guess you kind of talked about this. Okay, all right. I'm gonna talk about one, and then I'm gonna like get your opinion on the other because like I feel like you already technically touched on that. But anyway, so the book that I am writing next segment is Rask's book. I am it's still currently getting written, so it's in the process of it. I did finally come up with my wife's name. In the video, in the book. In the book, it's different than what I want my wife's name to be in real life. So
the idea of the book is just well, it's your book. I'll let you explain it.
No, you go ahead.
It's one of those things that it's like it's written as a memoir of things that didn't actually happen, but it's kind of like
foreshadowing.
There's this saying, write it down, make it happen. So like there's events in there like becoming successful in a certain career, finding true love. It's about manifestation, and the more vivid and detailed you make your manifestation, by putting it into words, it helps the process. And that's part of the intention of the book, really, is to create a more vivid vision of how he wants his life to be. So in regards to his wife, is he saying that's going to be his wife's name? No, but it's like a placeholder name. It's more about the emotions that this woman brings him than it is the description or the name, or it's just about that feeling. Our feelings is what attracts and manifests our reality the way we want it, or the way we don't want it. The universe is not biased, and that's why positivity is the answer.
Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, obviously, she's still a Latina in this book. But her name is, did I say the name?
I don't think so.
Okay, so in the book, her name's Jessica. Because I don't know why, I just love that name. My car's name just so happens to be Jessica. So don't get it mixed up. Like that's not like, or was it Vanessa? No, I think it was Jessica.
Yeah, it was Jessica.
It was Jessica. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I don't know. I get it all mixed up sometimes. But the book is like literally me foreshadowing what I want my life to be like. What he just said. It's like flashbacks of like, damn, to think that if this didn't happen, like I wouldn't be here, or if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have done this. If this didn't happen, I wouldn't have done that, So like it's basically like a butterfly effect kind of book, and it's the book's title. I don't know if it's gonna stick or not, but it's right now at the time of me this recording and me still making a rough draft for it. It's called A Beautiful Life. It's a Beautiful Life. I'm not sure if that's gonna stick yet, but I feel like that it will. So I'm not gonna say it won't stick. So, cause never say never, never say it won't do anything, cause you never know. I feel like that's a good title for the book,
I really like that.
Cause
I have not heard that title yet. I really like that.
yeah. Oh, you didn't? I thought
No,
I thought
I don't. I don't think you told me.
Really? Okay.
I do. I do really like that.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Oh wait, actually, I have a like a. It says write in the future and reflect on the past and on how you got there to the point where you're at now. Good or bad, how it motivated you to be better. That's basically like the summary of the book.
And what he means by good or bad is, sometimes bad things happen and, you're like, oh man, this is the end of the world or whatever you may tell yourself. But really, it's just building you stronger and better for what comes next.
Absolutely. That's why I'm going to be stronger and better for my future wife,
Absolutely.
I've already went through one heartbreak before. That shit hurts. I hope she's not planning on ever leaving me because it's not happening. No, I'm just playing. I don't really care. At this point, I'm just focusing on myself, and trying to be better for myself so that I can be better for somebody like that.
And that's really where it starts, because if you're one of those people out there who are looking for love but don't love yourself, love starts with yourself. How can you expect to love somebody else if you can't even love yourself? Treat yourself right. Build yourself stronger so that when you are ready for your true love, you're ready.
And absolutely. This is completely changing the topic. We have actually came up with like a film day routine of like filming videos. We haven't quite figured out the podcast day filming videos, but we have came up with a routine to film on our main channel, and I mean it's something that we're gonna live by and we're gonna go by, we're gonna follow, and we're motivated. We're already on day 2 of filming for of our like schedule or whatever. We haven't actually came up with like a solid podcast day, but we will eventually figure that out. But right now we're more worried about our main channel right now, right?
That sounds pretty accurate. The podcast is something we do really enjoy doing, and as the main channel begins to grow, the podcast will most likely begin to grow as well. And when that happens, it's one of those things that we will have to be more on schedule and be like, all right, we'll upload a podcast once a week or twice a month, whatever it may be. But as of right now, it's one of those things that and I love everybody that's listening to this right now. We really appreciate your support, especially if you stuck around to the end. It really does mean a lot to us, and we don't really want to leave you hanging, and that's why we're still filming these. And it's one of those things that eventually we do plan to upload on this channel more frequently. But as of right now, it's we discussed that building the main channel stronger and better is a priority.
Absolutely.
And
we kind of pushed everything else to the back burner.
Consistency is key, to consistently upload. And when people know when you're uploading, it's a lot easier for them to,
get excited.
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's this night, at this time, they're going to release the next video. I can't wait. And that's something that we really look forward to being able to do, is stay consistent and, have our supporters, our viewers know when we will be, releasing the next one. And these last couple days has really just been dedicated to filming. We want to have a lot of videos already filmed and continue to keep filming. That way we never do miss an upload, time. And
Absolutely.
that was a big a big discussion that we had, yesterday. It's been a few days by the time you're watching this, but that was something that we decided it's time we take it more serious, and serious to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, there's this old saying, and I love this saying: if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And filming is something that we really love doing. And, I have this philosophy: if you can work a 9 to 5 and stay committed working for a company that unfortunately could replace you easily if you left, if you're committed to doing something like that, it only makes sense to be committed to something you actually enjoy doing. And that was a big key point in our discussion yesterday that ultimately led us to create a schedule for ourselves. We follow someone else's schedule. There's no reason why we can't make and follow our own schedule.
Absolutely no reason. Zero excuses. Because if you do the same thing over and over expecting a different outcome, that's called insanity. I don't know where I heard that from or who it was that said it, but
Probably Tony Robbins, but that is the definition of insanity.
it was probably Tony Robbins. Shout out Tony Robbins. That's my dog for real. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't. Were you the one that introduced me to him, or did I find him on my own? I don't know.
Years ago, I recommended him.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, years ago, before I even thought about moving up here, he introduced me to Tony Robbins, and I've been listening to him ever since. And it's a beautiful thing. He's a really cool dude. I really do like Tony Robbins. He's very motivational. If you need any kind of motivation, just like, he's the guy to go to.
It's a cassette program, but it's one of my favorites. By Tony Robbins. Personal Power. It's a 30-day program that I did as a teenager, and it shaped my life. It changed my life. And
his name is not Tony Robbins?
no, it's Anthony Robbins. But
my whole life is a lie.
Yeah, Anthony Robbins. But that is an old ass program. He started going by Tony Robbins not long after that. But yeah, no, a great, phenomenal speaker.
He really is. He's very motivational. Hence why he's a motivational speaker.
And if you're thinking like, oh man, I don't have a cassette player, I can't purchase Personal Power, that's fine. He has a lot of great speeches free on YouTube.
Absolutely. Just search up Tony Robbins. You'll find a lot of his videos. He even does like live seminars. Wow, live seminars. Like, where he's talking to a whole crowd of people, and he don't just talk about motivational stuff. He talks about healthy eating, drinking, and what's good for you, what's bad for you. If you're not into that, then obviously you don't want to listen to that. But or if you're not an open-minded person, then you're not going to enjoy that part of the. But I like to say I'm an open-minded person, and I'm open to anything. I don't leave anything unturned, because at the end of my life I want to be like, I lived my life, not I settled for less. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the way I'm saying it.
That's exactly why we plan on going skydiving here in late spring.
Actually, I don't. I changed my mind. I did not sign up for this.
My man over there loves heights. He
Oh yeah, I love him.
really gets his adrenaline going. He loves it.
I'm an adrenaline junkie.
So yep, we're going skydiving. Then we're going scuba diving, because it's like the exact opposite of skydiving. You're up way in the up high in the sky, and now we want to go way down low in the ocean.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of stuff this guy's on, but I am not gonna do that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
When all that's done, though, we'll tie it all together with what is that? Bungee jumping?
Yeah, bungee jumping. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find some sort of high cliff and like maybe bungee jumping into the Grand Canyon or something cool.
Oh yeah. And then the bungee cord would break and then we die.
Well, you might live.
Do you see how I'm not putting myself down or anything, but you see how big I am? That cord would be struggling.
Use 2 cords. I don't know.
The cords would be struggling no matter how many cords we have.
Dude, it's just bungee jumping. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, a lot of it. I'm not okay. Maybe I'm not gonna say it like that. A lot of crazy people who enjoy that. I'm good.
I have actually gone bungee jumping, not off anything significant, but at an amusement park, and it is a lot of fun.
I went Rocky Mountain climbing.
At an amusement park.
I went skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain climbing. You never heard that song, Skydiving? I don't know who sings it.
No, I don't know that.
But if you ever get the chance to live life, you're ldying.
Oh, that sounds like a great.
That's
great
literally
song.
that's literally the whole meaning behind that song.
And that's exactly why we're
if
going
you ever
skydiving.
get the chance, live life like you're dying.
Yeah. No, words to live by, man.
I think the song is actually called Skydiving. I don't know who sings it.
But anyway, so in our last podcast, we only have one comment this time, and it's from Nick Davis Vlogs. He said, "Great episode. I loved being in it." Thank you, Nick. We really enjoyed having you in it. For being the first time we had special guests on a podcast, it was really a really cool opportunity to have some of our biggest supporters on there with us, and that episode was a lot of fun.
It's by Tim McGraw. Live like you're dying. Like you were dying.
It does sound like a good one. I'm glad you didn't keep playing it. I think we only get like 6 seconds before we get copyrighted.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's why I paused it. I was going to pause it regardless, but I didn't actually mean to play it,
But yeah, so I mean, I think our segment of comments from the previous podcast was a little short.
Very short and depressing. Step up your game, dog.
Usually, there's a little bit more to talk about there.
Yeah, so. I appreciate you, Nick, for commenting.
Despite the fact he was in it, he still left a comment, and we appreciate it, man. At least you gave us something to talk about this episode.
I do want to address something. I do necesito address something.
We're listening.
So after we put everybody in the podcast, Nick, Kay, and
Near Perfection.
Yeah. Every single one of them changed their fucking names. Every one of them.
That's a valid point, man. That's a valid point. Yeah.
Because Stay Stray is now Kay's life.
Yep.
Nick Davis Vlogs is now I forget what it was, like Nick's gaming something.
Yeah. Anyway, he changed it.
And Near Perfection 126 or whatever the fuck it was, I forget.
It might have been 126. I don't remember.
I don't know, but he changed it to just Near Perfection now.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we called him out on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you've seen any of our previous videos, that used to be their names, and luckily our man, when editing the podcast, had screenshots of it so that you know that we are not lying.
Absolutely. So I am going to say Nick and Kay, I understand, because they started actually posting on YouTube. But Near Perfection just changed his name so we would stop harassing him about the 126. What up, 126?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he already explained how that happened in the other episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a new discovery for us that he didn't actually do it on purpose, which I still believe that he intentionally
That's
put
cap.
those numbers in there.
That's
numbers
lies.
in there. So.
I agree. I think he did it
we're
on
still
purpose.
still waiting to hear the true story.
True
but-
story. Waiting. Still waiting.
Why am I still waiting for near
Imperfection.
perfection to explain it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Seems like we're all something.
honestly, I actually kind of ran out of things to discuss.
Chick, chick, boom! That's all for this episode. I hope you guys. No, I'm just playing. Oh shit! Did I fuck anything up?
No, we're good. We're good. Just slid it over.
Don't worry. Kay's life will understand. Anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Woo!
I'm signing off.
No. We have to say goodbye.
I know.
Anyway, so should I explain what I'm talking about?
If you want to.
All right. Are you going to stay?
Yeah, I was joking, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so last podcast, it was actually the last podcast like 21 days ago. And we apologize for that. But anyway, she used to be called Stay Stray, right? So, here's our thing, right? So, I was at work, right? I was bored. I was like tired of listening to the same old music, right? So, she said that her favorite band was Stray Kids. And I'm like, okay, all right. Or favorite artist, whatever. I don't really know if they would be classified as a band. They're more like a K-pop group or whatever. So, but don't, before anybody gets it wrong, I do listen to Avenged Sevenfold and, the Eminem, obviously. But I never listened to the Stray Kids. I never actually heard of them until, like, I seen Kay's life, I just one day, random day out of the blue, I just was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to the Stray Kids, right? Because I was bored at work and like I just played it, and I was like, okay, if it sucks, I'll say it sucks, whatever, and I'll just be like, all right, I gave it a chance, whatever. Turns out he still don't like it, whatever, because
never really gave it a chance.
Yeah.
I heard a few songs, but I'm not hating on Stray Kids fans. If you're into it, you're into it. It's like the modern day boy bands, and there's not a lot in the States. So like I get it. If you're into boy bands, you'd probably love them. And I'm not hating on them for being a boy band.
I did like
I
the
think it's
Backstreet
cool.
Boys.
Yeah, they had a lot of great songs. I didn't mind Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. They were great bands. So I'm not hating on Stray Kids. If you're a Stay Stray, rock on, keep rocking out.
It's called a stay.
Sure, but personal preferences with music is important. You gotta listen to what makes you feel good, and happy music tends to make people feel good. Like
And it was.
I find myself listening to more Bruno Mars than I have like ever.
Oh my God, Bruno Mars is beautiful, dude. It's a beautiful night.
Looking for
Something dumb to do. Hey, baby.
I
I think I want to marry you.
so sweet. Sorry, I'm taken.
I wasn't talking to you, bitch.
Oh, now you're gonna take it back.
Yes.
Well, maybe I would have married you.
Well, what? Well, maybe I don't want to take it back.
But yeah, so I mean, happy music. Like when I was in high school, it was a lot of like heavy music. And some rap. Now I don't listen to any rap, and I don't listen to a lot of heavy music. I listen to what makes me feel good. What gives me happy thoughts, and there's a song for everything. Like if I'm working out, I'm still gonna jam to some heavy sounding music. But like
there's a song for everything, like music for everything.
Yeah. you know. So music is incredible. So I'm not down
Like-
in Stray Kids because I'm sure they're great. I just haven't really listened to much of their songs.
Like your that one music you listen to whenever you're like editing or something.
Oh.
The sea shanties.
Oh,
Like,
no,
you
no,
know,
no.
that-
Whenever I do stuff like that, I actually editing. No, I like it quiet. But like when I'm working on like coding and writing and stuff, a popular choice of mine is actually "God is an Astronaut."
Oh really? I don't,
Yeah, instrumental. There's no words, but the sound is just so incredible.
Okay.
I recommend everybody, for deep concentration or deep thought, whatever it may be. God is an Astronaut, man. Love that group.
Okay, I'll check. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, she turned me into a stay because of that. I was listening to it and I was like, all right, if they suck, I'm not gonna back to like what we were saying because I feel like we're gonna about to end this podcast. I want to get this all out before I end it.
I've been trying to hold it. I really got to go again.
For real?
I drank a lot of coffee before this episode even started. And I'm a water drinker. I'm a coffee drinker, and it is running through me.
They run through.
Plus, I haven't eaten yet, so I don't have nothing to soak it up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I really got to go. I was really trying to hold it, but I got to go.
You're all right. But anyway, so I was listening to it at work and I was like, all right, I just put it on. I just started from the beginning. I didn't really know where to start because I never heard their song, so I didn't know what was the best and what was the worst. But the very first song I heard was Chick Chick Boom, and I'm like, oh my God, that song's fire. So no, zero skip there. And then the next song was I Like It, and then the next song was something else, la 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 la. And then we get to like Beautiful, and and like just it was just amazing music to me that I didn't know about because like I didn't ever follow any K-pop artist or whatever. And some songs I can't understand a word they're saying, but like it's just so cool to like listen to. It's still good. Like I'm sure they're talking about good stuff anyway. It gives me good vibes anyways whenever I'm working. It keeps me focused and pushing through to get through the workday. But I also do listen to other music. I don't just listen to that and that stuff. But that is how I became a Stray Kids fan. So that's basically it. Because I already listened to Eminem and I already listened to Avenged Sevenfold. So I was like, all right, well, two of the people in the last podcast said they like Avenged Sevenfold, so it's like, okay, that's kind of lame. You guys both like the same person. Like I figured somebody would have said something different, but they had to copy each other, and maybe I could have had somebody new to listen to if they would have said somebody else, but yeah, I don't really know. But that's all for my rant about how I became a Stray Kids fan. So yeah, now I guess we just wait for Brad to get back. No, anyway. All right, these chairs are really getting uncomfortable. All right, so this takes us to our next segment.
We're good. Oh, damn, I think you fell asleep, guys. Not enough coffee.
I'm just kidding. All right, this takes us. Oh my God, this fucking mic is about to piss me off. All right, this takes us to our next segment.
It's okay, guys. This is going to take us to our next segment.
Hey, just so you know, this is taking us to our next segment.
And in case you were wondering, this is about to be our next segment.
Our very, very next segment. So I'm gonna talk about the importance of having a strong team behind you of strong-minded people working tirelessly, together. Like saying if you're down or something, like if you're trying to stay positive, like you want a nice positive team around you. Otherwise, it's a recipe for disaster. And to have positive people around you, that don't mean just you trying to be positive and trying to live lift everybody else up, because that's obviously never going to work. That's going to fail 100 times out of 100. So what you want to do is you want to be like find a group of friends, family, whatever it is, of people to be positive, like, you know, have positive impacts on your life, positive impacts on you, be good friends all together, motivate you to do good, motivate you to do this and that, like what you want to do in life, you know. And I feel like I've actually got that, and you know, because from my cousin CJ to my nephew Isaiah, to my B Stone right here, to myself, who sometimes gets in his head, but Stone or somebody will lift me up out of that dark depths of hell and smack me in the face. Obviously not really, but
I mean, I do. I smack him in the face.
Oh yeah, obviously he beats me all the time. I love it.
Like, you see that bruise right there, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, that was from him.
He wouldn't put his fucking gun away.
Dude, are you kidding me? Whose side were you really on? Whose side were you on? You're supposed to be on my side.
I just wanted to go home, man. I had plans for later that night.
Yeah, I had plans too. to watch Baywatch. With the beautiful piano.
You know, we knew the Baywatch line. You know, we knew we were gonna drop. He was gonna drop, you know, a show, and when he started describing it, man, first take, I lost it. I broke character. You know, it's one of those things that catch you off guard. You know, we take a punchline and we like to deliver it better. Absolutely. And I broke character.
We knew a couple things we were going to say. We just didn't know when we were going to say it and how we were going to say it, but we ended up saying it. I actually had two things that I was going to say, but I switched it up and made it to where the duck was watching the other show. So so I technically still said them both.
Oh, wait, I don't know if Teletubbies made the final cut.
I don't think, maybe.
No, I don't think it did.
No, I don't think it did either. Oh, never mind. I guess it didn't. It didn't make the final cut, so that's all that matters. It's okay. Life is beautiful. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. You want to have strong people around you, motivational
normally
people around you.
Normally I would wait, but
and
service is rough for her. I'm gonna text
Is that
her
what
back.
she said?
No, but you know, considering it takes hours to get a message.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I got my cousin CJ, I got Brad, I got Isaiah, my nephew, I got multiple people around me, my Uncle Mark, my cousins, another cousin up here, eventually, maybe, I don't know. No. Another cousin up here, that's also like helping me, motivate me to keep like pushing through and do what I need to do. Whenever I'm feeling down, they'll be there to lift you up. That's kind of what I mean by like have a strong team behind you, because like no matter what, like you want people in your circle or around you, or around you, that if you're feeling down, they're going to lift you up. If you're doing something wrong, they're going to fucking, quote unquote, not really, but punch you in the face and say, you're doing that wrong. You're what are you doing? That are going to check you. Like, you want people in your circle that are going to, like, motivate you to be the best version of you for you. Not the yes man, not the yes men. Like, am I doing this right? Yeah. Am I doing this right? Yeah. Should I go shoot that dude? Yeah. Let me grab my gun. Actually, we're gonna go shoot. No.
Put the gun away. Put the gun away.
See, like, let me tell you something. But you want people in your circle that are gonna motivate you to do good, basically, and that's the moral of this segment and this story. Do you have anything else to add to this?
I think ultimately, a lot of successful people have a successful team, and we both are blessed with people in our lives that do help us to, you know,
Oh
when we're
yeah,
feeling
I
down.
forgot to mention your girlfriend and her family are also good,
You know,
uplifting,
that's
motivational people.
really the beauty of it, you know, and it ties back to what we were talking about earlier with, you know, having the right friend group, you know, having the right people in your life, you know, and we're both blessed to have amazing people in our life, you know. Our drummer, even though he never made it to band practice,
Oh my God, our drummer named again never came to band practice. So
a
we
drummer
had
never came to practice. A drummer
Drummer never
never
showed.
showed up. It was his whole thing. He was
Yeah.
running really late, and so we
Yeah.
just started practice without him and improvised a song, and it was a lot of fun. You know, I was on guitar and vocals, he was on bass and backup vocals. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was hilarious.
And he was in the driveway for a portion of it, so luckily he got to hear us make fun of him. But
Yeah.
because you know it's no fun if the other person can't hear it. You know, we didn't say anything mean until we knew he could hear us.
Exactly.
Nothing was, you know, excessively mean. But my point being, you know, even our drummer, you know, despite him not showing up to practice and being replaced by a drum machine and you know a whole lot of other events that took place, not really, but no, you know, he's a motivational guy. You know, my father's a motivational guy. You know, there's a lot of friends and family we have in our lives that truly do help lift us up when we're feeling down. And, you know, we see each other every day. We motivate each other every day, you know, to always push to be the best version of ourselves, you know. And I'm lucky enough to have a supportive girlfriend who always encourages me to push to be better, you know, to support me in the choices I make, and, you know, the miscellaneous things that happen in life, you know. And it's great. It's great to have a team like that, you know. I love everybody on my team. And I know I do it all the time, but shout out to my girlfriend because I love you. But no, I love everybody on my team. They're phenomenal people, and to get the opportunity to surround myself with, you know, passionate and positive people has been another blessing for me. And I think that's, you know, if you're struggling in life, I think finding a new friend group, or, you know, a friend group is appropriate. You know, there's a lot of places to meet people. You know, if you're a reader, go to a book club. If you're a fan of space, go to an observatory. You know, fan of art, go to an art museum. You know, there's a lot of places and opportunities to meet new people, and, you know, take what you're passionate about and explore it. If you're not sure where to go, Google it. Google has like everything, man. Google it. Read things on Reddit. You know. There's a lot of events that they'll actually list in the newspaper or the penny saver, whatever it is you may get. But they list a lot of, you know, things happening around your area right
I'll be
in
back.
there.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Sounds good. That sucks. I was about done.
What?
I was about done, but no, I'll stall.
Okay.
I'll keep talking.
Cause I had to use the bathroom for a minute. I just wanted to hold it, but I wasn't sure.
But yeah, so there's a lot of events, a lot of places that, you know, you can meet like-minded people. And, you know, I think that's really important for success, is to surround yourself in a positive, passionate friend group that, you know, shares similar interests, you know, similar dreams, similar ideas. And, you know, that's a big reason why Rask ended up moving up here, is because we shared a vision, and, you know, we joined forces to make that vision become a reality. And I guess that's really what I recommend to everybody listening to this who doesn't have the friend group that they desire, you know, to go out and meet the right people, because that's where the magic truly starts to happen. And, you know, there's a lot of other words that I can say that at this point I think would really just be repeating what I've already said. And I think another big part of this podcast, you know, is, again, about building a community, about sharing our personal lives, about, you know, positivity and preaching positivity, because sometimes all it takes is just one sentence, one phrase, one word, one smile, one idea to really change a mindset. And if we can share that one sentence, word, idea, anything, you know, that's something that we're always going to take that chance to do. And so preaching positivity is something that will definitely be on every podcast because it has shaped both our lives in a significant way. And again, if you're not a social person, there are other ways to be productive. Like again, it's all about finding a hobby, something that you're passionate about. Whether it's painting, writing, cooking, singing, dancing, playing an instrument. There are so many things that again, if you struggle with socializing, I'm not saying change, but I'm saying sometimes leaving your comfort zone just a little bit allows a new outcome. So let's say you have social anxiety, right? But you love painting. Try painting outside on your porch. You don't have to socialize, but you're still outside. You get fresh air. It's little steps equal big steps, and fresh air does wonders to the mind. And I'm not, like I say, do what makes you comfortable, but also do what allows you to grow, because growth is happiness. When we're not growing, we're staying the same. That's when depression usually kicks in. So I do encourage everybody to some extent leave their comfort zone. And if it's in baby steps, it's in baby steps. But each baby step leads you to a destination that you have not seen yet. So I encourage personal growth. Is there anything you would like to add?
Not that I can think of. Well, okay, maybe. Okay, so let me see here. Let me bring this hoe down just a tad bit. All right, so the heater just kicked on.
That's weird. The heater never kicks on. I keep it very cold in here.
Oh, cold. Cold. Okay, he says it's cold, but it's not. No. To normal people, it will be cold, but in my humble opinion, I prefer it a little colder.
I was gonna say, if you ever noticed, every time my dad visits, he's wearing a sweater.
Yeah, I noticed.
I notice a lot of people tend to bring a sweater.
Yeah, me personally, like, I only wear a sweater whenever I'm going outside. Like, I mean, I might wear a sweater eventually, but, in the mornings it's kind of a little freaking cold because, you just woke up. So, like, but as I get moving throughout the day and I start, like, doing stuff, it's like, okay, it's not really that bad in here, So, anyway, that's something that I had to learn, what you were saying. Get out of my comfort zone, find out what I'm trying to do, find like tarot
Yeah,
tarot reading.
It's spelled like tarot or something weird, but yeah, it's pronounced tarot.
Yeah, that tarot reading definitely did do a little bit, like, for my mind, like, oh shit, like, maybe I mean, even though it, like, may not have, like, spoke to me 100%, it gave me an idea of, like, okay, yeah, I realize there's something in my life that's slowing me down. Regardless if that's 100% true or not, I don't really know. There's no way to tell if it is or isn't, but, like, the things it was saying was, like, way too close and personal to not be some sort of real, so I know you're like a little skeptical about it sometimes, but I personally believe that stuff. I believe in, like, the ghosts and stuff like that. I believe in all that sorts of stuff. So, like, it's not really that weird to, like, think about whenever that was going on. It's like, oh shit, like, because it was saying stuff that was like, okay, how the fuck would she know that? Because she don't even know me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how the hell is she describing it like something that happened in my life to a T and I just met her like 3 days ago, or however many days it was, whenever we did the tarot reading. You know what I'm saying?
She's actually eager to give you another tarot reading.
I'm eager to.
It was supposed to happen on Halloween, but the place she was doing readings at closed earlier than I thought, so we never made it.
I really want to see her again. I like her. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of times, I decline the option for her to read my tarots because it's not really my thing, but I know she's passionate about it, and I support her 100%. But yeah, she really wants to she loves reading people's tarots, and she really wants to read yours again.
I hope it's something good.
Guess you'll have to find out.
I feel like I've made a lot of progress since the last time.
Absolutely, and I'm curious to see what happens the next time you get a tarot reading.
Me too.
But we're pushing 2 hours and still have a lot to do tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Holy shit, this is gonna be like our longest podcast ever.
Yeah, dude.
And to think about, we almost didn't have any. We couldn't think of anything to talk about. I was like, it's good.
For a brief moment, we thought about postponing it because we really didn't know what to talk about, and then we were like, screw it, turn on the camera, let's do it. And here we are now. But if you're all good, I'm all good.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm all podcasted out. I'm ready to get filming.
These chairs, after a while, get really uncomfortable.
I mentioned that while you were in the bathroom. I'm like, these chairs are getting uncomfortable.
Yeah, they really are.
We really need to get a better podcast setup.
Yeah, I mean, at least upgrade the chairs.
At least the chairs, yeah. Because, like, the setup's all right. It's not, like, the worst setup. You know, I've seen. Yeah,
I mean, even if like we know we're gonna do a long podcast, do it on the couch again or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds a little. Oh man, then we can't showcase our coffees, which we're actually planning a different arrangement for the setup and our display of coffees.
Oh yeah.
But that conversation for another time. We'll talk about it next podcast when it looks different. But till then, as always. Live with passion. And you all right over there, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. All right, but anyway, as always, stay positive. We love y'all guys, and we will see you guys in the next podcast, whenever that is. Keep your head up. Live with passion. Spread love, not hate. Stay positive. We love all you, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.